high school freshman, I'm gonna help you out. So, hello you guys. In this video, I'm going to be giving some advice. Now, I was thinking, what kind of video can I upload this week? And I realized that I am enrolled to go in college, and college starts literally like next week. I decided to give some advice to the freshmen that are going to high school. Now, I even went through and I took the time out to write a list so I don't forget anything, because my mind will it'll forget stuff and I'll be mad. But took the time to write out a list for you freshmen. That way you won't go in just empty-handed. Basically, you'll have some knowledge of what to expect. I wish that I would have got some decent advice before I went in. Not to say that my freshman year was horrible. Freshman year was probably my best year out of the 4 years, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you some tips and tricks and everything. So yeah, let's go. First and foremost, understand that your grades matter. Even though it is your first year in high school, people may say, oh, you're just a freshman, your grades don't count, it won't mess up your GPA. That is a lie. As soon as you get into high school, every year of your high school career, all the grades you make count towards your GPA. So I would highly suggest that you try to get, A's and B's, C's here and there, but you're so much better than a C. Try to reach at least a B, but don't get any lower than a C, because that will mess up your grade point average and your class rank. Really don't try to worry about your class rank that much. I really didn't care about my class rank until my senior year. Your GPA starts your freshman year. It doesn't start like your sophomore year. So that doesn't mean freshman year you just goof around. Next, this is a question that people get, especially when they're going into high school. People want to know, what is a way that I can make new friends? And I understand that there have been other YouTubers that have said the same thing that I'm going to say, but this is really true. I advise you, if you want to make new friends, to get into some extracurricular activities. And don't just get into an activity that somebody else likes that you want to get to know, and then you don't end up liking that activity. Join something that you're actually going to enjoy. Like me, for example, I joined choir my freshman year, and I absolutely loved it, and I ended up being in choir all 4 years of my high school career, and I ended up making friends through choir. My sophomore year, I joined ROTC, and I gained some friends through ROTC. And even in middle school, this applies, because I know that you get to choose electives in middle school. I was in art and advanced art 7th and 8th grade years, so I have friends from 7th grade, and then we carried over to 8th grade, and I gained more friends in art class, and it just carried over to high school, and we're still friends today. So if you want a way to get new friends or to meet new people, sign up for some extracurricular activities. You don't just have to take English and math classes and stuff. And those extracurricular activities can actually be fun. Choir was actually my favorite class. And take this from me, a person who, I'm not really a people person, I'm not really a social person, but I went out of my way to go and join choir each and every year, and I loved it, and I made new friends, and yeah. So go and join an extracurricular activity. That helps you get your mind off of the test you just failed in math class. So yeah. This is a very, very important tip. I don't know how it is for different schools around the states or wherever you live, but I know here in Texas, or the high school that I went to, there was a certain guideline you basically had to follow. Like, you had to take these classes in order to graduate. You didn't have to take it, you didn't have to take certain classes your freshman year. Well, that's a lie. You had to take English 1 and stuff your freshman year. That's obvious, but it's there's certain classes, you have to take a speech class, you have to take a certain You have to take a certain computer class. Those were mandatory classes you had to take in order to graduate. But you could take the speech class, the computer class, anywhere between your freshman and your senior year, as long as you take it before graduation and you pass. So those mandatory classes, I went out of my way. I even got some of them done in middle school because they offered us something to where you could take the classes in middle school and it would count. That way you don't have to take it in high school. So I did that. Tried to avoid taking speech for as long as I could, but I ended up signing up for it and taking it my junior year because I was like, I don't want to be stressing over classes and stuff my senior year. So I just went and took that class. There's so much information. I'm just talking fast, but I'm trying to get everything out. But I took the computer class, that mandatory class. I took that freshman year, and that was basically like a blow-off class because it was just teaching you how to use like PowerPoint and Word and stuff. And I already knew that, so it was like a blow-off class. I would do the work, and then I would have like an hour left of class, and I was just on Pandora, and I was on other stuff too. So I highly suggest that you take those mandatory classes your freshman, sophomore, and junior year. That way your senior year you don't have to be stressed about taking like this super hard math class or whatever. Get those hard classes out of the way first. That way you don't have to stress your senior year, because your senior year, trust me, take it from me, your senior year you are not going to care about anything. The only thing you are going to care about is to make it to graduation and leave. Okay, this is also a good tip. So I understand that not every teacher gives this, but extra credit. Not every teacher gives out extra credit assignments or extra credit in general, but I did have teachers that were fortunate enough to give us extra credit if like the whole class was failing or something crazy like that. Even if the class wasn't failing, they would give us extra credit sometimes, and extra credit is optional. You don't have to take it. That's usually the way it is. But if it's mandatory, that's not extra credit, that's just work. But extra credit is optional, and pretty much every time the extra credit, I found an opportunity for it, I took it. Even if I had like 100 in the class, I would take the extra credit if I could still take it. If I had 100 or whatever, I would still do the extra credit. That way, if I just so happen to take a test and I absolutely bomb it and it's horrible and it drops my grade, I get those extra credit points and it bumps me up a little bit more. So have 100, do the extra credit. Now I have 110. I flunked the test. It brings me down to like a 93 or something. And then I could just build on top of that and bring it back to 100. So if you have the chance to get extra credit, I highly suggest that you take it, because in high school there are going to be plenty tests that you fail or you don't do good on. You could be the smartest person in the world, but everybody has those days where you just flunk a test or you're not feeling it, your brain's not in the right place for whatever, you can't think right. So if you have an opportunity to do extra credit, take it. Okay, this is something that I did, especially my senior year, because in my math class that I took my senior year, it was set up to where we had the same routine every day. So we would have homework, and we had to have the homework done, and then when we first got to class, the teacher would ask if we had any questions about the homework. We would go over that, and then we would grade the homework, or he would grade it, whichever one, and then we had to take a quiz over the homework. Quiz every day, basically. Unless we had a test, we had a quiz every day. So there would be days where I would do pretty bad on the quizzes sometimes, and it got to the point to where in first period, I had math second period. So first period, I would do the work in there, and then I always had extra time in first period, and even if I didn't, I would multitask. I would like take notes, and then I would like look at my homework and try to study for the quiz. I highly advise that you don't do that. I don't know how, but it ended up working for me, and I ended up getting decent grades on my quizzes. But I highly suggest that you don't do that. If you're at home, I know this is going to be hard for you. This is hard for people in this generation to just turn off all their technology, lock yourself in your room. Even if it's just for 30 minutes, look over your notes, look over your homework for just 20 to 30 minutes at least. And I promise you that something in your mind is just going to click, and that will actually help you to get better grades. Okay, so I wasn't too worried about this when I was going from 8th grade to 9th grade. I didn't care about this. I heard about it, but I was like, I don't care. I guess I knew it was fake, but freshman jump day, for whatever reason, high schoolers, like the upperclassmen, want to scare the freshmen. make them think that it's a freshman jump day. In all reality, there is not a freshman jump day at all. My advice about drama is don't let it distract you. Like, there is going to be drama in high school. That's just the way it is. You can't avoid drama sometimes. Like, I tried my hardest to avoid drama because I'm the kind of person that just hates drama. Like, some people, they live for the drama. It's like they need that just to excite their life a little bit. I don't. I'd rather my life just be basic. Well, I hung around the people, my friends and my close friends were people that were like me for the most part. At least be cordial with your teachers. Be nice to your teachers, because I had a few situations to where my grade was not the best. I'm not gonna say what the grade was, but my grades were not the best, and I was trying really hard and everything. I would do the extra credit, I would study, I would do everything, and sometimes it just didn't click. And so the teachers, you know, they would love me because I never caused trouble in the class. I was quiet, I always did my work, and they knew that I was trying, so they just went ahead and gave me a good grade. Like, not saying that if my grade was like a 64, they would give me like a 95. Like, no, they would at least get me to a 70, so I'm passing. Like, by report card time, I got a few C's, not a lot, but a few. But if I wasn't passing, they would at least bump me up to like a 70 something. And I really, really appreciate them for that, because I was so stressed out. Okay, so this tip is about friends. Now, I can't tell you who to be friends with and who not to be friends with, because you're just gonna have to discover that on your own. I had to go through that and realize, okay, this person is my friend, this person is not my friend. You're just gonna have to learn that on your own. But I will say this: try to have friends around you that want to see you succeed, because I know that my close friends around me, I want to see them do good in life. I want to see them, you know, at the top of their game. I want the best for them in their life and their careers and whatever they choose to do. So I want to see all my friends succeed, and all my friends are vice versa. They want to see me succeed in whatever I do. So if you have friends around you that don't really care whether you fail a class, or, you know, you're not doing good in the class, or your report card is just horrible, if they don't care and if they can't get you in check and be like, hey, you need to snap out of it and get back in check. It's like, if they see your report card, because every time around report card, me and my friends, we would always change and look at each other's report cards. And then it got to the point, was like, sometimes we would ask each other, do you need help with this class? Do you need tutoring? It was just certain stuff like that, and then we had each other's numbers so we could help each other out. We took the same class so we could help each other with the homework, get the notes if we missed a day. You just want to have friends around you that want to see you succeed, basically, because if you have friends around you that don't want to see you succeed, you are going to get so used to not having to succeed, and you're going to get so used to just doing the minimum that that's going to carry over to after graduation, to where you're not really going to care. So just try to have friends around you that want to see you succeed. Having friends around you that want to see you succeed can motivate you, because if you see them doing good, and then they see you doing good, and, you know, give you a little pep talk, even if you are doing good, it's like, hey, good job on your report card. Okay, so this one really just screwed me over. It just depends on how your school is and how your counselors are, because I never really understood what summer school was. Especially going into high school, my idea of summer school was, oh, if I pass a class, I have to go to summer school. If I don't pass a class, I have to go to summer school. And that's not the case. If you don't pass a class, yes, you may have to go to summer school. Or if you want to, like, take a class during the summer, that way you don't have to take it during the school year, you can do that. You can take advanced classes during the summer, certain stuff like that. And I didn't know that. I didn't actually find out until like my sophomore or my junior year, I think. It was my junior year, actually. I didn't find that out. I went to the counselor's office and I just figured it out there. They weren't necessarily coming out and telling everybody. which I thought was a problem, because if you want us to succeed, then why would you just not give us certain information like that? And I basically have to go and pull it out of you, and it's such a hassle. But anyways, if there is a chance that you want to take, it's not mandatory, but if you do want to take those advanced classes and, you know, take those classes to get ahead, that way you don't have to take it during the school year, go to your counseling center, talk to your teachers or your counselors. Those are the two best things to do. Now, the last piece of advice that I have for you is to just enjoy high school. You may have heard this, people say high school is going to be the best years of your life, and I had people telling me that and I didn't believe it, but looking back, high school was probably some of the best years of my life. Because versus high school and college is two different things. High school, it's like you can say they don't babysit you, but high school compared to college, high school babysits you and they baby you. Make sure you turn this in, make sure you get your work done. Just enjoy high school. High school is going to be some of the best years of your life. I understand as a freshman you may be scared or nervous or excited or all of the above, and you just don't know how to feel going into it because it's a new place, it's a new school with new people. Some of your friends may not be going to the same high school. They may be going to different high schools. I went through that. I lost friends and I gained friends. I never thought that I would gain friends going into high school, but I actually did. And just know that high school is going to be the best time. You are going to take some classes that you really, really love. You're going to have some teachers you love. You're going to have some teachers you can't stand. You're going to have some classes you can't stand. You are going to make some of the best friends ever that will last over until after graduation. You are going to lose friends. You are going to go through drama. You're just going to go through it all. It may feel like a roller coaster, but it's going to be the best ride of your life, I promise you. I know that may have sounded so cheesy, but it's really, really true. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it helped you. If it did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and you share it and everything. Also, make sure to follow me on all my social media. The links are always in the description box below. And make sure you subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Friday. But yeah, hopefully that helped. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Just a dry those tears from your face.